Hi guys, Greg at Best Choice Trailers. Today I wanted to take you for a walk around a 6x12 single axle ITI cargo, single axle enclosed cargo trailer. It's a 2990 GVW shown here in a black exterior. We've shown the ITI cargos before, but they have evolved. They've made a few changes. And this here is a 2023 model year. Let's take you for a walk around the trailer. I'll show you some of the changes and also all the standard features on this particular unit. So up front, we're going to have a 2-inch coupler, standard on most single axles. It's got a traditional 4-flat electrical plug, found standard on most trucks. If your truck does happen to have the 7-pin plug, which would be round, there's simple adapters that this can plug into to make it work with those. It does have safety chain standard equipment. It's also got a sand foot in the bottom of the jack. That's designed that when you put the jack down, it doesn't go into dirt or sand or mud or whatever. Nice little detail. So almost every trailer manufacturer in the industry is going to use a 3-inch tube frame. Some might use an angle, but tube's the most common. What you don't always see would be the, I don't want to call it Line X, but it's the truck bed liner, I'll call it, coating on the tongue and then on the rear sills. That is new. They used to do a high gloss paint, and that material, it's definitely a nice addition. Stone guard up front. They do a color match nose. Notice it is a 3-inch top and a 3-inch bottom trim. Typically you'd see a 1-inch bottom. 3-inch just gives it, I think, a cleaner profile. Side flow-through vents, standard equipment. You've got your intake on the top front driver's side. You've got your outtake on the rear passenger side bottom, designed for cross ventilation. It's going to ventilate through the trailer itself. Bullet LED lights, standard equipment. Trailer like this is going to weigh in roughly 1,300 pounds. It's a 3,500 pound axle and tires, but it's going to be derated to 2990 in most states. 2990 is the max you can have without having brakes. It's going to give you a net legal carrying capacity of about 1,700 plus your tongue weight. Tongue transfer to the balls about 15% or 450 pounds. It'll take your net cargo capacity just over 2,000 pounds. Wanted to show you the semi-screwless exterior. So every 4 foot, you've got a bead of screws on a vertical. This particular unit, ITI, it's going to be a 16 on center wall. So you basically would be skipping 2 studs. Now they're not skipped all together. They're actually going to be, this would be what some might call a glue and screw. It's a semi-screwless. So basically you're gluing the 2 wall studs and then you're going to screw at the seams. Semi-screwless is nice, gives you a nice clean look. It doesn't look quite as clean as screwless, but it does look nice if you look down the side of the trailer. The benefit, I guess you could say, to the semi would be at the seams where there would be a potential for an issue on a screwless trailer. You got the peace of mind of knowing that those seams are screwed. Going to the rear of the trailer. The rear would be referred to as the hoop of the trailer, which would be your U-shape top sides and actually in the bottom. Those are all going to have the same truck bed liner material that the rest of the trailer got. Of course, you've got your hockey puck looking bumpers at the top there that'll keep your door from getting scratched up. One thing a lot of manufacturers do a fair amount, they leave this exposed steel, just rusts over time. This truck bed liner will certainly look cleaner. This also has aluminum grab handles, and it's got 2. It's got them on each side. Typically you would just have 1 handle, and a lot of times they're going to be plastic, I guess I should point out. So 2 on this, and they are aluminum. The hardware on this is the Flexco hardware. Flexco is actually made in Elkhart, Indiana. Typically on this hardware you're going to see made in China. This is a taller hasp, which I like it better. It seems to just move better. A lot of them you got a WD-40 and stay on top of. I don't know, it's like that hardware better. This also, typically you would have basically a bar going out the center. This actually has top and bottom. Besides it probably being a little more stable, it also covers your carriage bolt heads, which is nice from a security standpoint. Thin strip LED lights, standard equipment. Of course, you've got your bullet top marker lights and your license plate light, of course. These are also what I refer to as a full width hinge. Sometimes you'll see what I call a mini hinge, where they're about the width of my fingers apart. They're about 4 inches or so. Full hinge just gives you more bead of weld, just makes for a better hinge at the rear. These also have the grease zerts for some serviceability. Let's go ahead and lay the door down. So on tandem axles up, the ramp door would have a flap extension. On the 6 wides, they don't put one on. Honestly, for most everything but maybe a small hand truck, I don't tend to find that they're really necessary. But again, point that out. One thing I should, I guess, have mentioned when I put the ramp door down, I just pulled that up and down pretty easily with one hand. Nove, which is the corporate parent company to ITI, I mean, literally, I just left it go. They pretty well spring the spring cables exactly where they need to be. A lot of manufacturers don't seem to do this. The cables aren't really adjusted right, and you can do it yourself, but nobody really wants to buy a new trailer to make these adjustments. So I give them credit on that, something that they seem to do that most don't. You've got a nice liner in the walls. Again, the walls are 16 on center, and the wall studs and the ceiling bows on these are gonna be made from tube, not a hat post, not a Z post. Tube is definitely going to be significantly stronger than either of those. You also see you've got a ceiling liner above the bows, but this above that, the ceiling itself is a one-piece aluminum roof. This isn't a Galvalume seamed together roof. And you also notice there's a piece of cove up there. Basically, your wiring is going to be just behind that. So if you want to add any sort of extra dome lights or whatnot, you can easily do so. There is a dome light standard. It is an LED. It does have a residential house switch that it ties to. If you do need to get behind the walls for whatever reason, you just follow the verticals on the uprights, and you can pull panels off easily. Now, speaking of panels, this is an H mold. So rather than having your Lawan strips, which I've never been a big fan of, this just makes it look a lot cleaner inside the trailer. So they call it an H mold. That gets screwed to your wall post and just, I don't know, cleans everything up, makes it look good. It is an RV style door, so you can lock it from the inside and the outside. The inside you would have your deadbolt. Outside you'd be able to lock the handle itself. Keys, of course, are always on the back side of the door. Foam-filled door. Trailers are going to be 6 foot, or I believe they might call these 6'1". If you're loading anything like, say, a golf cart or similar, be mindful that your through the door measurement's going to be normally about 5 inches, give or take, less than that. So on this one, ballpark, you're going to get like 5'7" height on a 6 foot inside. And then on the width, you're going to generally lose about 5 inches on a rear corner post. And then you're also going to, and if it's not hitched to something, can bounce a little bit. You lose about 1 inch from your spring cable, and then this corner post is a narrow profile. It's about 4 inches. So total net, you're going to lose somewhere around 10 and a half, 11 inches width. So on a 6 foot trailer, you're going to have just a touch over 5 foot through the door. Just something to be mindful of if you're trying to throw in, say, a John Deere Gator or a golf cart. Check your widths. This is available in different lengths. You can get it in a 6x10. You can also get it in a 6x14. 6x10s are great for somebody that's got a decent size bike, maybe a Bagger, a Honda Goldwing or similar. 612s are probably by a little bit the most common size. Just great for, weight to payload, size for most items. If somebody wants to haul a golf cart, I've had golf carts inside, not an oversized jacked up one, but a normal golf cart will fit nicely in one of these. 6x14s, awesome for somebody that's got 2 ATVs or similar. But they are available in different sizes. We can also do a 7x12 single axle. Great for somebody that's got 2 bikes that they want to stagger. And then we also do 7x12 with plus 12-inch 7-foot inside height. Those are great for your mid-size UTVs. It is available in different colors. White, silver, charcoal, black are the 4 main ones that we keep in stock. Accessories like spare tires we have here, aluminum wheels, etc. we have here as well. If you have any questions on this or any of our other trailers, feel free to give us a shout. 717-220-4220, or you can visit us on the web at bestchoicetrailers.com. Thanks for looking.